Once upon a time, there were a king and queen who wanted to have a child.
Ah, if only we had a child.
But they never had one. One day, the queen was bathing. A frog leaped out of the water onto the land and said to the queen,
"Your wish shall be fulfilled. Before a year has gone by, you shall have a daughter."
What the frog said had come true. The queen had a little girl who was very pretty.
I am so happy with my precious daughter. We shall have a feast.
The king invited not only his family and friends, but also the 13 fairies in the kingdom. He had only 12 golden plates for them to eat out of, so one of them was not invited. The feast was held with splendor, and the fairies presented their magic gifts to the baby. One gave virtue, another beauty, a third riches, and so on, with everything in the world that one could wish for. Suddenly, the 13th fairy came into the palace really angry.
The king's daughter shall on her 15th birthday prick herself with a spindle and fall down dead.
And without saying another word, she turned around and left the room. They were all shocked, but the 12th fairy, whose good wish still remained unspoken, came forward, and since she could not undo the evil spell but only soften it, she said,
"My queen, it shall not be death, but a deep sleep of 100 years, into which the princess shall fall." Listen to me, everybody! Burn every spindle in the entire kingdom. Nothing will happen to my daughter.
As the years passed, the gifts of the fairies were completely fulfilled on the young girl. She was so beautiful, modest, good-natured, and wise, and everyone who saw her loved her. One day, when she was 15 years old, the king and queen were not at home, and the girl was left in the palace alone. She visited every place of the palace, looked into rooms and bedrooms, and at last she came to an old tower.
I have never seen this tower before. I will go up and see what's up there. I wonder what's inside. I'll take a look.
There was a key in the lock, and when she turned the door, it sprang open, and there in the room sat an old woman by a spindle spinning her flax.
Good day, old woman. What are you doing? Come in, child. I'm spinning. What is that thing that spins round so merrily? I want to spin it too. Come here, child. Don't be afraid.
As soon as she touched the spindle, the magic spell was fulfilled. She was pricked on her finger and fell down and went to a deep sleep. This sleep extended over the whole palace, including the king and queen. After many years, a prince from another country heard an old man talking about the castle.
Is it true that a beautiful princess has lived in that has been asleep in that castle for 100 years?
Yes, it's true. Nobody can get into the castle. Many king's sons have died trying to get in.
How can that be?
There's a thorny edge for not to enter.
I'm not afraid of that thorny hedge. I'm going to go stay.
Your Majesty, are you sure?
I'm sure. I'm not afraid.
When the king's son came near the thorny hedge, it was nothing but large and beautiful flowers, which he let him pass unhurt. And then they closed again behind him like a hedge.
Who would do such an evil thing?
When the prince entered the great hall, he saw by the throne the king and queen.
I must keep looking for the princess. Look, over there, there's a small door.
I'll go see who's there.
He opened the door into the little room where Briar Rose was sleeping.
She's so beautiful, I must kiss her.
But as soon as he kissed her, Briar Rose opened her eyes and awoke, and looked at him quite sweetly.
Oh, where am I? I can hardly remember anything. Who are you? I am a prince from a faraway country. The last thing I remember is I was talking to an old woman and then I hurt my finger. That doesn't matter now.
Then the king and queen awoke, and the whole court, and they looked at each other in great astonishment, and everybody in the castle woke up.
You're so beautiful. Will you marry me? Yes, I will.
Soon the marriage of the prince and Briar Rose was celebrated with great splendor. And they lived happily ever after. The end.